So welcome to the Hight Today show. Hello, Victor Martinez Jr. We sound good, Justin? Yeah. All righty. Welcome, Isabella. Hello. How you say your last name?
Carrozza. But do you know how to roll your tongue?
Carrozza?
Yeah. You made it sound so much better. I don't know how to roll my tongue.
It's like Italian, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. Cool. How you been?
I've been fucking awesome, dude. It's been, doing the thing here in Austin. We're just talking about networking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do get shy. I am shy generally. Unless I'm on stage, I don't like talking to people too much. Yeah.
I took too many mushrooms at Skankfest.
Right.
And I was going up to like big people and like talking to them being like, I have anxiety.
Perfect.
They were like, it was so bad.
They get it though. I want to go. I keep meaning to.
It was great. I mean, it was my first comedy festival, my first time performing at a comedy festival, and it was Skankfest, and I got to meet all these cool people. I'm very grateful for that opportunity. I hope I get called back, but I think going up to people being like, I'm anxious is not
I don't think they'll remember that.
You don't think so?
Everyone was on mushrooms and they were all fucked up, it seems like.
Yeah, that's
what
true.
I could see from the pictures.
Yeah, they were just handing out, like the people in the crowd were just handing out mushrooms. It was dope.
That's fun. I'm going to go. I got to go this year. I'm going to go out to the desert. I don't care what I have to do. It's going to be fun. Yeah. You perform though. You got a poster and everything.
That is so cool. I'm so grateful for that. Comedy's been so cool. It definitely has its like ebbs and flows, but I think pursuing something that you really love helps you grow as a person, How
long you been doing comedy now?
Almost 3 years.
3. Mm-hmm. Yo, you're killing it. Fuck
Thank
yeah.
you.
I see you as I met you through comedy first. Mm-hmm. And then you've been like, I was telling you earlier, you've been fucking going viral. What were you doing in those videos? What was going on?
I was very depressed. I was having a really bad day. And I, had to Uber to the strip club. And it was like 5 p.m. And I was like, no makeup on, terrible day. And the Uber driver kept playing on repeat, I'm in love with the stripper. And he was like...
Was he for reals doing that?
He was doing that. And he was like, when it came to the part, he was like, she trip and she play and she play. And I was like, and just sitting in the back like... I'm not doing... Like, I felt like he was singing to me. So I recorded it. And somehow it went viral. I think partially because a good way to push out your content is, if you see it starting to catch a little, start fights in the comments and then just...
What are you saying to them?
Men would comment like, well, maybe you shouldn't be a stripper, you slut. And I'd be like, you're the reason your wife left. And then I told one guy, I get mean. But like just in one, I didn't expect 10,000 people liked this comment and I didn't expect... This guy was like...
They liked the comment. What was it?
Well, this guy said, he said something to me like rude. And I just said, Robert, lose weight. And 10,000 people were like, yeah, Robert, fuck you. I did not expect, but it works. Just say one mean thing to people and it'll push out. And then like I came back days later and was like, Robert, I'm sorry. I didn't think.
That's so nice. No, fuck him. No, that's fine. Yeah, it helps you. And he had it coming. You didn't bother him. He came out to your shit,
That's true.
So how long have you been a stripper then?
Oof, on and off. On and off since 2018 or 2017. Yeah.
And you're doing both professionally now. And that's like, so I see you as like more comedian than stripper. How do you see yourself?
More comedian than stripper. Oh, yeah. For sure. I'm not like, I don't know.
Do you love it?
Stripping?
Yeah.
I'm grateful for it.
Yeah.
I'm grateful for the fact I have so many friends that want to pursue their dreams, but like what am I going to do about money or time or whatever? And it gives me the opportunity to get to what I want out of life. And like I can travel and strip and I can go to different cities, do stand up, get my name out there, and then go to a strip club afterwards.
Is that how it works? You just go to one, you find one in a city?
Yeah.
And you just be there and you could do
Well, I mean, you have to audition.
Okay.
They have to make sure, nothing's crazy. I don't take off my pants and there's a dick or whatever.
Okay. Does that happen?
I mean, I'm sure it has. I'm sure. I heard in like Portland, there's a lot of, yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of that.
Wow.
I can't compete with that though. The chicks with dicks are killing it.
Right.
Is that okay to say?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think
They'll let us.
chicks with dicks are killing it. Everyone who's got a dick, either one. That's fucking badass.
Yeah.
I think it's cool. That you're so proud. You own it, right? And it's part of your comedy. I think you talk about stripping on stand-up wise, right?
Yeah.
Here and there. And then so that's fucking cool. What's your goals as far as like both are concerned?
Well, my goal this year is I think I'm going to try and it's still, everything's up in the air, but I might try and like go up to New York for a few months, dance and do stand up and just like try and hone my craft. I feel myself on the cusp in stand up of finding my voice. Sorry, this mimosa is making me
that's right, find it.
I feel myself about to like really grow as an artist, and I think that like I'm just gonna get after it this year and just use stripping as in the first 3 years of stand up. I was just like figuring out the business, making every mistake you could possibly make. And now that I kind of have like an understanding of what goes on in stand up, I'm able to use stripping as like a part of the business plan. So that's what I'm trying to do. And all my friends, I was telling your producer, like, and now that I have followers, all my friends are like, drop an OnlyFans. It's, I don't know. The moment I get followers, fucking like OnlyFans. But
everyone's got one. I'm more into doing personally. I'd do OnlyFans before I did stripping.
Really?
Yeah, because I don't like the physical touch. I don't want those fuckers grinding on me.
That's true.
I don't want to be all sweaty and smell people and shit, and then that's like a lot of work. I mean, you could dance just as much at home, get a fucking pole at home, get a lot more people at once. I don't know.
You think?
What don't you like about it?
There's nothing I don't like about it. I have friends who are killing it on OnlyFans. So I'm thinking about it. The only thing about it is like I care a lot about, I don't want it. As I grow in comedy, I'm becoming more authentic to myself, which means talking a little bit less about stripping. So I just don't, as I build my brand in comedy, I don't necessarily want that to be like a huge part of my brand. I want to be like fully a comedian, but I also see OnlyFans as another great, probably better way but it seems more because it is the online. I don't know. Maybe I'll drop an OnlyFans.
I mean, I'm not here to convince you. But it's a lot of hard work. Anything is,
Yeah.
It's not. I mean, for a lot of people, it's like money overnight type shit. But like, it is just as much a job and as anything, right? And I've met comedians who are just doing OnlyFans. They're just like putting their sets on there. Ali Woe, I think that's her name. Yeah, she was just on, and she just does that.
Really?
And then I think they were doing like comedy specials, and they're trying to like push regular, just like daytime content and shit on there too. But you know what? I mean, I like that. That's how they started. It's like the base of everything. That was my biggest thing about it. Is like everyone fucking does that.
Yeah, well, I'm thinking because I love pole dancing. It's like a sport to me.
It's impressive.
I'm good at it. I might do an OnlyFans of just me pole dancing. People should comment to see if they'd subscribe to that.
There you go. 10,000 likes probably. Fuck yeah. What got you into comedy?
I was a theater kid, and I've always, after high school, I was like going to New York Film Academy, and I was like, I want to move to New York. I grew up in Jersey. I was like, I want to move to New York, become a comedian, and everybody was like, no. I said that to my class when we were talking about our plans after high school, and everyone was like, don't do that. Like, you'll ruin your life. And then I got to about 24 years old and learned about life. And I was like, there's no point in doing anything that you don't want to do. What's the point of that? What are you doing this for?
Yeah, that's right around the age I did that. Yeah, because I had my kid at 23, 24. And I was like, man, I could either like square up and get like a regular job and like do the responsible thing, I guess, or something. But like, or I could just keep going and like not let him think, like that he's the reason I stopped doing something.
Wow.
And like I just wanted to, it didn't seem. I just molded it around. I mean, I was already on that course, and I could be good at other things, but I saw them as always just kind of waiting there, And this is something you could only do whenever you have the energy for it. I mean, some people are really good coming in their 40s or whatever, but I was like, oh, I want to already at least get something going by then. I'm like 10 years in now.
Yeah.
But yeah, so you were already doing theater, you were acting?
Yeah, I was like a theater kid. I did like Shakespeare stuff.
That's
and
fun.
I love being on stage, but I was like an overactor. For sure. I overacted. I just like scream
You're
on
supposed
stage.
to go for it.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like a caricature of like something, especially on stage.
Yeah.
And not like what's not like a movie, but like, you're supposed to be, putting out to the audience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you stuck out.
I mean, yeah, I got the leads and I can't sing. That's one thing I wanted. Can you sing?
I was in a musical in high school, and
What musical?
I was the bad guy. I was Captain Hammer. It was what's the Dr. Horrible sing along blog? I don't know if you ever seen that. It's like Neil Patrick Harris, and so we did a high school version of it.
Oh hell
and
yeah!
I was the bad guy, and I was singing. It was fun. I liked it. I did all the lower stuff, and I just couldn't remember the lines. I couldn't remember any of the lyrics.
That's
like
so
leading
funny.
up to the night before. But it was fine. I don't think I'm a good singer.
Yeah.
I think that people who sing good are like, like naturally born with like some voice. I was like, man, that's fucking, I don't know if I'd trade that for like a sense of humor, but I admire it,
Yeah, that's actually, I mean, you don't want to not have a sense of humor because then that's no sex for anyone. Like, I mean,
I meet musicians. I meet like really talented like rappers and singers that we have on the show, and they're like, "Yeah, I love comedy." I'm like, but they could not understand a joke or nothing like that. I'm like, you got to have one or the other, I guess. Maybe I don't know. There's probably people who are good at both. So you did acting, and then. But no, like you didn't do improv or nothing like that.
No,
yeah,
I'm not a team player.
Yeah. I don't like that shit either.
That's why I like quit CrossFit. I love CrossFit, but I hate being like, it's a great workout, but I hate being like on a team. Like, oh, like don't give up. Like it's
CrossFit.
Yeah.
Is that where like you work out?
Yeah, you go to a gym with a bunch of other like hot adults. And then you like work out a bunch, and
y'all do like random ass shit. Though.
It's
y'all flip tires and throw rocks and shit.
Yeah, they're like, today you're gonna throw this ball and beat the shit out of Jimmy, and then we're gonna like, you're like, oh fuck. But it definitely CrossFit, stand-up comedy, those things where in the moment you have a choice. There have been times I was bombing on stage and I've been like, I want to run off. There were times I was in a CrossFit workout where I was like, I'm going to run out of this door right now. But it forces you to be present and like surrender in the moment, I
don't know. I hate working out. I'll drink 2 beers and then I'm like, I could go for a run or I could lift something. I was talking about this before. I like the idea of drinking and working out.
Oh my God, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, dude.
Okay, cool.
I ran here.
Right.
I'm gonna fucking
I'm glad that's not just me. Yeah. That's something I'd like.
I did that once when I was in high school. I drank a bunch of sangria and went for a run around the block, and it was like I was fucking clipping it, dude. I was going in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how you can smoke so much weed and still be normal. I fucking get out there. I was already talking. I'm like, yeah, like CrossFit forces you to be present. Like
Yeah, no, people are like, why you function? I'm like, yeah, I do.
I get so weird, dude.
You get weird?
Yeah.
What do you feel like scared?
No, well, depends that, or if you get me talking, it's like very it's very like about like it's very woo-woo. I'm very woo-woo. I'm very into like spirituality and stuff. So I talk about crazy shit.
Like what?
Oh.
Are you
Hand it to her. Let's
are
find
you a
out.
witch?
I mean, I think I do believe that we're like the creators of our like, okay, so
Go
Neville
deep, go deep.
Goddard.
Who?
Neville Goddard he was like a philosopher, a writer. I think he's dead now, so he has to be right. You know what I mean? And he said that we subconsciously, everybody in our life is just a mirror to our subconscious. And when you start looking at other people like that and shit, it like it helps you grow so much as a person, and like situations as a mirror to you. I believe in stuff like that. Like, what is this trying to teach me? Anytime I try, I'm not scared of failure, spirituality has helped me in comedy because I try shit, I fail a lot. And then I'm like, okay, what's that trying to teach me? How do I turn left?
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Oh, you learn way more from like bombing, right?
Bombing, doing dumb shit. Pauly Shore called me one day. I met Pauly Shore and then he called me and he was like, come to the green room at Kill Tony. And I was like, all right, fuck yeah.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, this is so cool. And then I went to the green room and he was like, you're going to be dancing while I sing Bad to the Bone. And I was like,
all right.
He's like, it'll be great. And I was like, this isn't going to be great at all. And he showed me the dance moves to do. And he was like, yeah, like flirt with the bandmates. And I was going to the drummer. I was like, I'm going to kill myself. Like, it was so awkward. But I tried it. I failed. I learned a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. You learn way more from doing shit like that than like, you know, it's great to do well. You know, I'm always happy whenever like a joke lands or whenever something goes good. But
yeah,
I don't know. It doesn't always stick. It feels like whenever you're bombing, that shit's real. Whenever something's fun, I feel like I'm in a dreamlike state. I'm like, oh, I can't even enjoy this. This doesn't feel real. It's like a dream. This only a terrible, grueling shit feels real.
Yeah. What was your worst bomb?
Oh, God. All right. I don't know if I've talked about this here. I was doing roast battle in Los Angeles. In like early 2016. It was my second one ever. I was doing pretty good. It was at the Comedy Store up in the Belly Room. And Dave Chappelle was there. And he was smoking a fucking clove cigarette in the back of the room. And it's a really small little room up there. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Oh, yeah. And then so me and this guy Gerard are battling each other. You want some more?
Yeah.
And I was coming off a win, and I thought my jokes would do well, and none of them are landing.
Oh no!
And
were his landing?
No, both of us were doing so bad. They were doing so bad, and I remember the worst joke. It was the one that they just like, they didn't even boo. They were just so silent. They were just staring at us. And Dave's smoke, his cigarette smoke was lingering through the audience like slowly, and everything was just in slow motion. Oh, and they didn't even judge us. They just made us both leave out the back door.
That's a bad bomb.
It was rough. I'll never forget it, but I thought like I didn't kill myself. I was thinking like he'd probably remember that because every other roast did well that night, so he probably remembered that more, right? So I was thinking that like I probably stuck out in Dave Chappelle's head in a weird way, so that was kind of cool. Because I admire him. I think he's funny.
That is
cool. It was fun that he watched me and that I didn't just do what everyone else did. It stuck out in a bad way, probably.
Okay, but
so that's one of the worst ones. I'll hang on to that. I was like, wow, that's wild. That's kind of cool, though. I think it's kind of cool. I mean,
I think that is actually, that's a great perspective. I need that perspective. Because after that fucking dancing on Kill Tony, I was like, oh, fuck.
But like as a professional dancer.
Joe Rogan saw it.
Yeah.
I didn't do good. There was no pull. Like I can't dance without a pull. I was like, Joe Rogan saw it and he was like, I thought I didn't like what Tony said about you. I was like, thanks, Joe. Tony was like, she's a paint stripper. He called me a paint stripper.
Where was it at?
Mothership.
Yeah, they don't have a pole in there.
Yeah, no, there's no pole. But yeah, fucking I mean, yeah, bombs, it hurts, but it is kind of a good way to gauge. And that's what I love about comedy is it's so it gets rid of your ego completely. Like it's humbling.
It is.
Yeah.
I'll go to a mic just to feel so shitty. I'll be like, have I ever told a joke ever?
Yeah.
It's terrible, but it's good for you. It's like working out. I don't go to the gym, but that's like working out, right?
Yeah.
That's like discipline and shit. Other than that, I'm not for it.
Yeah.
I've been slowly losing weight, eating less meat.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, right. My girlfriend's I'm half vegan because she's vegan.
Nice.
I mean, like,
half vegan.
Like it's Jewish or something.
yeah, I'll eat meat when she's not around.
Yeah. Is she like really big on like no meat in this house?
No, not at all. I got like some meat in the fridge and shit, but it's just like she feels bad for the animals. But like we're down with oysters, right? Because they got no brain.
Yeah.
So, but she don't like the texture. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I tried vegan after a DMT trip. I did DMT and then I went vegan for like 3 weeks. It was weird.
Because you felt bad for animals?
I had like the weirdest DMT trip. Have you ever done DMT?
I did it recently through a pen, right?
Oh,
Yeah, they
nice.
have the little
Okay.
pens, and those don't hit as hard. They bring you like right to it, but it's not like hitting it right out of a bowl, you know?
Dude,
like,
I hit it out of a bong with Swiggy.
We know Swiggy.
And yeah, literally, I was like falling back. And I all hear is like, swing.
That's not the last thing you want to hear before you disappear into another dimension.
It was nuts though. It was a good trip. I was like giggling and I kind of heard what was going on in the room, but I was like giggling a lot because I was like I was with like all these like angels and stuff. And I was like, oh, this is who I am. It was cool. It was like I had some realizations on that DMT trip.
It's hard to bring them back, right? Like,
I feel like it sounds really out there, but I realized like why I went vegan after that. I was like, okay, the spiritual world is light and the human world is dense. So we do things like meditate and eat vegan and, you know, to try and feel closer to that spiritual self. And that's what I came back and like came to the conclusion of. And then I got drunk and ate a burger last night, so it didn't stick. But you know,
they're already burgers. That's the thing. Whenever I look at them, it's like it's already dead. I didn't kill it, but it's already. I don't know what you can do.
Yeah.
It tastes good. So, what's like a bomb in stripping?
I mean, not losing money when you fucking.
What do you mean?
When you like you pay to work. So like if you pay to work and it's like a bad night, but that's all like tapping into the vibe. It's very much like comedy. You know, if you like, I have to meditate and shit before I like do anything. I didn't meditate before this, but I do like to meditate before I do anything. Like, because it kind of gets you centered so you can like stripping a lot of it. I make my most money when I'm just like listening to people. Like men,
they talk.
Yeah.
They come in. What do? They complain.
Oh my God. Men will start crying.
Oh.
If I like meditate before work and I'm really centered.
Said, oh yeah.
He's like, oh yeah.
So they'll cry with like a bunch of ones and they'll just talk to you.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've had that. I've had guys like rub my feet. I love a good foot guy. I love a foot guy at like 3 a.m. when your feet hurt.
And he'll pay you to rub your feet. God, that's not bad at all.
It's really not. I don't. Yeah. I mean, I think that being open about it and stand up, some people have kind of been like, that's a stripper, fucking. But like some people, you know, I don't know. It's a part of my life. So like, I'm just like, it's been a benefit to me for sure. It definitely helps you see people, you know?
Yeah. I've had a lot of other jobs. And, I mean, I don't know. I'm just not that good on. I can't do the pole. It's like you're defying gravity. You go up there and you're fucking. It's wild. I see it. I'm like, damn, you could fall. I've seen some videos where they fall. It's fucking scary.
That would suck.
Have you ever fallen off the stage?
I've fallen off the stage, but not off the pole. I once did drugs and I had a boyfriend come in and I was trying so hard to like impress him.
Oh.
And I like climbed to the top of the pole and like spun around really fast and banged my face on the rafter. And he like was like, he didn't know what to do. I was,
But you didn't fall off.
And then I fell off the stage after because I was kind of like, what? Like, I was kind of stumbling.
That's fun. So you were saying you got fired recently, though. Oh,
Yeah.
shit. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, that was like, I'm not fired, suspended.
But, you know.
I'm not going back in case they want to fire me for like a month because I can go dance wherever. So I'm like, wait till they're less angry. I had a customer come in and he paid me like $4,000 just to talk to me, but in the back room. And halfway through the 4th hour, I was like,
4 hours, 4 G's.
yeah,
And he's talking. And is he crying too?
basically. I mean, not,
Basically.
yeah, I mean, he was talking to me about like being, sad. Yeah, they all do that. I feel like men, do you find that men mix up like loneliness with like, either maybe they're sad? Anything kind of manifests itself as horny for men?
Yeah. Like at the end of the day, like that's what we'll go to. Yeah, like even if we're sick and dying, like you could probably fuck us or something. Yeah, I get that. Yeah, right. Like that's the thing. It's like there's nothing too much above it other than like getting work done or something like that, or like taking care of your loved ones. It's like, yeah, I mean, watching TV or I don't know, but that's like generalizing, right?
Yeah, you don't want
It's
to
not like
do
that
that
all the time. Yeah, I don't know.
I just find it common. Like if a man's having a bad day, he goes to the strip club. It's like,
I've never been.
Yeah.
Even if I had the money, I don't know. I respect it and all, but I just I've been to 3 of them, right? Like growing up, like just like over. I don't know why. We went with some friends or something. I would give this chick like $20 and it was like cold ass cheeks in my face. That's all. I don't know.
cold.
They were cold. I remember how cold they were. And like I didn't know what to do because I had 41s and I didn't know if I should
All at once.
drop them slowly or like throw them at her. And I asked her that. And she's like, you could just throw them at me. I was like, all right. And I was like, so I threw them at her ass, and then she just, because she was standing on a platform and it was like right there in my face, and then she just shook it in my face like these are really cold.
These are cold ass cheeks. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. Now I by the 4th hour I was just like, dude, I'm not gonna fuck you.
Yeah.
And then my managers were like, they were kind of, he spent a lot of money for me to be like, haha, maybe. And I was just like, no. It's hard for me not to be honest. Sometimes like my honesty is like of detriment. I'm like very authentic, and then I'm like, okay, reel it back, know.
Keep going.
No, you got to tell him.
Did you feel like that's what it was for, or do you feel like he needed some like being around women or being able to talk to a woman that even if they're pretending to listen? I think that's why a lot of guys go to.
Yeah.
Like for the therapy.
Yeah, I think that's how it started. But then by the 4th hour, he was like, I spent so much money.
That's bullshit. I mean, but they can't expect that,
Well, they didn't want me to, but I guess they kind of were like I don't know. I ended it early. And then
fuck them guys, man. That's how it works.
Yeah. And I don't even want to like drag them. It is what it is. I think that it doesn't matter. I can dance anywhere.
It's
know
what
I
you're
mean?
comfortable with,
Yeah.
But 4 Gs, you got to keep that.
Yeah.
Right? Fuck
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where the hell these guys get that shit from.
Yeah. I mean, some men just like, it's Texas.
He could have got a hook.
Yeah, he could have.
That's true.
Pretty good one.
Was he a fan? Had you seen him before?
I guess he was. I didn't really. This is also bad. I didn't really remember him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like in my own world. I show up there, I do my work. If I get fired, I get fired. Whatever. Like, that's the beauty of it. You can dance from anywhere. I could see why so many women turn to, that industry. There's just so much freedom in it. But then also there's like some downsides to it as well. When I was starting in comedy, bombing all the time, and then going to the strip club, that sucked. Sucked to strip after a bomb. But
yeah. In front of all these comedians.
Oh, God.
Are you always just thinking about comedy?
Yeah, I guess. Lately, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. What about you?
I mean, I'm always thinking about my show or like how I want to prove shit.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe just to stay sharp. I just want to get out like at least once a week or once every other couple of days or something like that to hit a mic. I'm not hitting them every day like I used to.
Yeah.
Definitely not. Yeah. How about you?
No, I don't think mics really. I'm not hitting them every day, but I do want to start hitting them more. Mm-hmm. I'm like enthusiastic towards comedy.
That's what we were talking about. You want to start producing now.
Mm-hmm. I'm going to start doing a show and maybe a podcast and just doing as much as I can, trying, failing. Like I've realized the past 3 years I've been kind of dipping my feet. I haven't fully dove in, and now I'm just going to, dive in fully, kind of,
Would you ever just like stop stripping altogether, do straight comedy?
Yeah, but I mean, I have to make money. You know what I mean? That's where OnlyFans comes in.
It's there. You could just do, straight pole stuff and then, get, professional feet rubs or something. Let's see here. I don't know. Is there anything you want to talk about?
I don't know.
I like the fucking spiritual shit. That was very
I could talk about spirituality. I hate, sometimes I don't know if I bring it up and people are like, what's this girl fucking, you know what I mean? So I don't know what room to bring it up in, but if you want to talk about that, days. I took 30 grams of mushrooms in like the span of a week and like forgot my name, dude. But I like saw it was nuts.
Yeah, he's been doing that. Yeah, he has like little fucking vials full of the stuff. I don't know.
I just cleaned it out last night.
Mushrooms scare me. How a weed affects you is probably how mushrooms affect me, because I get really scared. I get really emotional.
Yeah, dude. If I smoke too much weed, I'll start crying about my childhood.
Yeah, that's how I feel about mushrooms.
Really?
I feel like I have a lump in my throat. I'm like, I could cry for like 8 hours. I don't know what it is, or like I'm scared or something. It's like going up a big roller coaster ride, and like you never get all the way up, but you're like going up slowly, and it's just like real like tense. I don't know. And then there's some trippy shit too, but like acid's way more fun.
I love acid. It's been so long since I took it.
It's good. Don't do it too much.
Yeah,
that's something like once a year or like once every half a year or something.
I feel like mushrooms are kind of like, or any psychedelics, I kind of do them when I feel like I need to. Mm-hmm. I listen to my intuition on it. But like I don't feel like going to space anytime soon. I did a lot last, like the year before last. It was when I first started going to therapy, and it helped me work through a lot of shit. Like, I don't know. But that was nuts. I once took like 8 grams of mushrooms and went to the strip club and worked a shift. Dude.
What was going through your mind?
Well, this is weird. So the trip I had, I saw everything pixelated like a video game.
Whoa.
And in order for me to stay in the game, I had to be present. I made like $2,000 that night. I made so much money, dude. Because I would like give guys dances. I'd be like, that was like 8 songs. They're like, that was 1 song. I'd be like, that took forever. So I'd charge them for like and
scam.
Oh, dude. I fucking I was on stage and I was like dancing, and I was like having so much fun on the pole. I was in outer space. You know what I mean? I'm already kind of always in outer space. So that took me to another level. And the DJ was like, he was like, I'm going to need a manager to the stage. And then I just stopped. As if like maybe they couldn't see me if I wasn't moving.
What the fuck? Why? What they need a manager to the stage for?
Because I guess I was like going. And then the manager like asked me like, it's like, how's comedy going? I was like, good. And he was like, she's fine.
Because they could tell you were like on something up there. You're just spinning for 30 minutes.
It's going wild. But yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah. Are you into are you into like manifesting?
Yes.
Oh my
God. Yes. I'll manifest a whole person. Absolutely. I'll be like, I need someone who's into this and will just do this, and then they'll just show up 3 months later, and they'll be like, hi, I'm here to do this. I'm like, oh shit, all right, perfect.
So you're like good at it.
Yeah, I focus. It's got to be super, like, I don't know. It's got to be exact. It can't be like super. It can't be broad. That's what I listen to people, and they're like, I want something generally, like, oh, I just want to be famous, right? Like, oh, I want a lot of money. Mm-hmm. But like, you can't. That's just too much. That's too big. You gotta like, what do you want to be famous for exactly? Like what? Like one little thing. What would you be good at? What would you be known for? What exactly do you like? And like, what doesn't feel like work? What could you do all day? What could you see yourself doing for like 10 years without seeing any results from it, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know. You focus on something like that. It's like, oh man, I don't want to just be a comedian, a famous comedian. I want to be like a talk show host. I want to like produce certain specific type of shows that like I'd go see if I wasn't doing them, and just I don't know, put on people that I like. I actually do like, not that I just want something out of them, but like I think it's amazing to even be around them, or like see what they're doing, like to be here at this time, I don't know, something like that. But spiritually, I feel like it feels weird whenever you feel like deja vu. Whenever you see something, it's like, or you have fucking every day. I look at the clock, it's like 11:11. Like, why the fuck does that happen all the time? Like, it's random shit like that, or like people dying in threes, or like weird, I don't know, dark shit, light shit. You meet people and they're like, oh man, I can, sense how weird you are, like, or maybe we've met before, or like,
oh, for sure.
Like
I think
connections and shit.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is.
I think when I'm like open to, you can pick up on people's energy. I think energy, everything is energy. And I do believe manifesting is like fine tuning yourself to be aligned with what it is that you want. You know what I mean? I do that a lot, before I go to the club. That's why I say I like meditate and stuff like that.
Yeah, I was going to ask, do the other dancers do that?
Probably. I don't know. I'm sure there are some. I'm like a woo-woo hippie.
I can't imagine too many of the other ones are just like sitting there like,
I meditate, and they're so funny. I have to find this video somewhere. There's two girls fighting in the locker room, like, screaming at each other. And then the camera panned over to me meditating.
That's what I imagine, that they fight over lockers and stuff. Yeah. That's fun. That's awesome. Yeah, definitely. We could probably pull up. What is it, TikTok, or what do you do? Instagram mostly?
I do Instagram. Yeah. I wish I gotta find out who took that video of me. I gotta get it.
That's cool. Anything before we go?
No. I'm on Instagram at Bella Got Jokes. Yeah, doing comedy all around Austin. Nothing that I can think of right now, but yeah. And then,
if they want to catch you at a club, you're like floating around trying different clubs.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Don't come see me at the strip club. I don't want to see anybody. Sometimes people will come in and be like, oh, I know you from comedy. And I'm like, get out.
You did some comedy in a strip club, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
that was
shit.
so much fun.
Yeah?
It was nuts. I felt like I was in a really fucked up arena, because it's like the stage is in the center and people surrounding.
Okay.
And it was a lot of my jokes at the time were ripping on the men at the strip club. So all the men were like.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I think we did like an open mic at a strip club in LA. It didn't last too long. The strippers didn't like us. We were broke comedians. They saw us. They were just so grossed out. They're like
and they can't dance to your jokes. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at all. Like, it was some daytime stuff, and it was very strange. But they let us smoke in there, so it was kind of cool. Anyways, thank you so much.
Thanks
Isabella.
for having me.
This is fucking fun. I really appreciate you coming on. Definitely go check her out. Anything, Justin? I hope my car didn't get towed. You guys have a good one. The Hight Today Show. I'm Victor Martinez. Thank you.